We talk about how important the feet are a lot to our posture. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about shoes and some of the things that you should be looking for when you purchase your shoes. All right, so I have 3 common rules when I'm buying shoes, and these are for walking, working, just the general shoes. There's all sorts of other aspects of what activity you're using your shoes for specifically that might make this different, but here's my 3 general rules. 1 is the shoe shouldn't bend in the middle, and let me show you a good example of that. So these shoes, this runner shoe, has a nice plastic bar in the middle part here, and it doesn't allow the shoe to bend where your arch is. Now it'll flex here where the foot will go up, but it won't bend through the forefoot. My second rule is a Dishrag test. So if I take the shoe, I shouldn't be able to twist the shoe through the center. And that piece again is holding that from moving. And the third is a nice strong heel. So when you squeeze that heel, it should be nice and sturdy through there. That will hold your heel in a good position, not let it rock too much, and hold your arch up. Now those are 3 general rules when I look for shoes myself. And people say, well, I bought a really good brand. I bought New Balance. Hey, these are New Balance. They're a great shoe. But guess what? These are my son's shoes, by the way. This is also a New Balance shoe. It's actually a little bit more expensive than this one. Looks nicer, looks great. But guess what happens? This shoe, tuck the laces in, bends very floppily in the middle, has a very weak heel support, and will actually torque through the middle. Not as much that way, it's relatively sturdy that way. But this shoe is not as good for his spine and his posture walking around as this one will be. So he jogs and runs in these ones. These ones are really just a shoe for school and they look a little bit nicer. But the same company makes them, New Balance, but they're completely different. I wouldn't let my son run in these, although they look like running shoes. He would have a decreased arch, maybe some plantar fasciitis and issues through the foot. I do not recommend this shoe for him running, and I do recommend this one for him running. Now, let's move that on to like a dress shoe. So this dress shoe, if you have a heel, guys and girls, this should be very strong through here. It should not flex through that middle part. Should only flex at the front. If it flexes here, guys, if you grab your dress shoes and you can very easily bend this part right through here, there's no bar in there, then it's going to be bad for you walking around all day. And I see, when I go to the shoe store and I start looking at them, I'm walking through the shoe store and I bend it. Nope, not going to buy it. Bend it. Nope, not going to buy it. Oh, that's sturdy. Now let me see if this fits and looks good. So that's how I choose shoes myself. Now let's get into the, oh boy, this is probably going to create foot pain for you in the long term. Now this is my shoe, and I do wear these on occasion. This is a Sanuk shoe. Now I'm going to relate this same shoe to the Vans, Converse, any of the flat shoes that are just flexible and flat, no arch. These are not great for your feet. If you have plantar fasciitis, you have all sorts of foot pain, you need to get away from shoes like this. Wearing them on occasion is okay. A summer day, you're going to a ball game, you're going to sit in a chair and not really walk around too much, great. You're going to go to the zoo, you're going to walk around for hours, not great. You don't want to be wearing shoes like this when you're walking around that much. So I highly recommend that if you're walking and working and you're going to be utilizing your feet, you go more for this, where you have a good solid support in that middle part. It's not going to bend, it's not going to torque, and you have a very strong heel squeeze. Those are some general rules to find better shoes for everyday use. Hope that helps. If you have any questions, let me know.